Hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be doing part 2 of my modesty Q&A. So yesterday I posted part 1 of my modesty Q&A with you guys, and as I was editing this video, I realized that I had way too much content for just one video, so I decided to split it up into 2 parts, and so today is going to be that second part. So of course I'm going to look a little bit different in this intro than I am in the rest of the video, because the rest of the video was recorded last week. But now let's get on to the rest of your questions. So let's get into it. Any modesty tips for a bridesmaid who doesn't get to choose her own dress? Yes. So when I got married, I actually had all my bridesmaids wear the same dress, and it was a little cap sleeve, and one of my sisters isn't comfortable wearing cap sleeves. She only covers her elbows. So she actually wore a long-sleeved matching top underneath that dress, and it made her feel much more comfortable, and it didn't bother me at all. So here's what I'll say if you're in a similar situation. Ask her if there's extra fabric that you can buy, that you can make a shawl, or you can wrap something around, and let her know that you have certain modesty rules that you like to uphold. So hopefully she is understanding, but what I'll say is that it really does come down generally to alterations. So asking her if you can pay for those alterations, take a little bit of extra fabric, make a sleeve, or whatever it is that matters to you. Hopefully she understands, hopefully she gets it, but a lot of women do understand that there are certain rules that some people uphold and some people don't, and you do have to be flexible when it comes to that kind of thing. But for you, you'll also have to understand that you'll take on the responsibility of paying for those alterations because it isn't exactly what she imagined, so it is more on you to make it fit for you rather than what she had originally chosen. And hopefully it all goes well. But I do understand that's a stressful situation. A lot of brides want a seamless look for their bridesmaids, but you can't always control that, and you just kind of have to go with the flow when it comes to people's requirements. Next up is how to work out modestly. I often see the sports bra short shorts combo at the gym. I got this question a lot too, because trying to look modest when you're working out is difficult, especially in the age of leggings and short shorts and sports bras. So here's what I recommend for modesty when it comes to the gym. I'm a little bit more flexible about leggings when you're wearing them at the gym specifically for exercise. Do I think they're modest? Not really, but the gym is a place where, okay, I'm a little bit more okay with it. You are exercising, you're not really focusing on the way that you look. It's really just about working out, sweating, whatever it is. So if you want to wear leggings at the gym, I'm pretty okay with that. As far as tops, I think you can just get away with wearing a t-shirt. That's what I do. I wear t-shirts pretty frequently at the gym. I don't really wear anything else. That's just kind of the easiest thing to do. You don't get really overheated in a t-shirt, and it's just an easy way to be modest without even really thinking about it. If you are uncomfortable with wearing leggings only at the gym, then throw a pair of shorts on over. I've done that quite a few times. Some of my leggings actually have a pair of shorts connected so that I don't have to worry about it, but just wearing shorts over the top of your leggings to kind of disguise your bottom and also the front area is not a terrible idea, and it's definitely something that I totally understand. And then if you don't want to wear leggings at all, just getting a longer pair of basketball shorts is another way to be modest at the gym. But I also understand that some women don't want to look schlubby at the gym, they want to look a little bit nicer. So it really comes down to wearing leggings and then maybe wearing a short over the top that's a little bit looser that disguises those areas, and then just wearing a t-shirt or a fitted top that you're comfortable in. But wearing short shorts or wearing a sports bra probably isn't the best way to be modest at the gym, just because it is showing pretty much everything off. The next question is classic pajama ideas. Love being comfy, but want to be cute for the hubs. I love this question, so cute. And so what I'll say for me is that I think there are 2 things that you can wear that are really cute but are also comfortable. So number 1 is a cotton night dress that has some kind of stretchy lace along the edges. There are many versions of that are really comfortable but are also kind of cute and look like a little dress. So finding something like that you're comfortable in but also is cute enough that your husband will be like, oh, you look nice when you come to bed, is a nice thing to have in your pajama wardrobe. And then my other recommendation is having matching pajama sets. I love matching pajama sets. So finding little silk shorts and a little silk top or camisole is really cute, or for the winter if you want something that's a little bit heavier. Finding those sets are comfortable enough to sleep in, but will still make your husband think that you look adorable when you go to bed. So those are 2 things that I think are really good to have in your pajama wardrobe. The next question is, why preach modesty when different cultures have varying opinions on what it means? So this is a good question, and I'm actually excited to address it. The thing for me is that different cultures may have different ideas of what modesty means, but Western culture, which is where we live, has a pretty basic rule, which is that breasts are sexualized and butts are sexualized and the midsection is sexualized. Those three areas are just sexual. They are. Those are things that generally you only show when you're showering or nude or when you're going to be doing something sexual with hopefully your husband. Those are areas that are sexual areas. And putting them out on a daily basis to the world is putting out a sexual energy to the world that I don't think is appropriate. Now, yes, there are different rules about what is modest, covering your shoulders, covering your knees, whatever it is, but those areas are a little bit more specific to cultures, whereas the breasts, the butt, and the midsection are just sexual. Breasts and lower private areas are actually just sexual areas. Those are areas that are engaged in sex. So I don't think that it is unreasonable to say that those areas should be kept private and should be left in the bedroom because they are sexual areas of the body. Now again, if you want to talk about shoulders and knees and all of the rest of it, yes, there are certain communities that find those to be sexual too, but they are not explicitly sexual body parts. So that's why those areas should be more covered up when we go in public, and the rest of it should be left for the bedroom.
Hey ladies, Editing Abby here. As I was editing this, I wanted to add a couple of things. Some body parts like the breasts, the midsection, and butt area are baseline sexual and obviously should be covered. But there is a sliding scale for how sexual each body part is, and there are great arguments for why certain areas are sexually charged. I grew up modern Orthodox, so I understand the idea that shoulders and knees shouldn't be shown, especially in a community where those body parts are generally covered. It's definitely a sliding scale, but the baseline, boobs, butt, private area, and midsection, are so clearly sexual that bringing them into public spaces is immodest, and I think we can all agree on that. So while you can make an argument for doing more, I just wanted to address the general thing here.
The next question is, a good place to find modest swimwear. The struggle is real. I love this question, and I love the way it's phrased. Yes, the struggle is real finding modest swimwear. So I have 3 recommendations. One is Amazon. Amazon has some great one pieces that I think are fantastic, and they have some one pieces that are also rash guards. I love those. I've had one for a year and a half now, and I use it every summer now, and I love it. And that's an easy place to purchase a modest bathing suit. Number 2 is a website called Fig Leaves. I love that website, especially if you're looking for a bathing suit with actual cup sizes. That'll just make your life a lot easier because the cup size is built into the bathing suit for a lot of their styles. And it can take a little bit of time for those bathing suits to ship to America because I believe they're based in the UK, but they have some really good options on that site. And last but not least is Target. I think that Target has some really nice one pieces that are more on the modest side and might be something that you're more comfortable with. Next question is some advice on when you're criticized for your modesty. So here's the thing. People get criticized for pretty much anything, but when somebody comes at you for your modesty, if it's something that's based in your faith, you can easily brush them off because you know why you're doing it and why it's important. And if it's not about your faith and you want to just put out a certain vibe to the world, then you know why you're doing it because your modesty matters to you and you're trying to create a good first impression. So if you know why you're being modest, then when people criticize you, you can just be like, actually, let me explain why I'm modest. It's not just because I like dressing this way, it's because of this, this, and this. And that just will make the whole thing feel a little bit less upsetting to you because you'll have a basis for why you're doing what you're doing. Alrighty, so we got one more question. I mean, we've got a lot more questions, but we've got one more question for this video, which is, what do you like to wear to church or temple while also keeping your personal style? I like this question because I like the idea of tailoring your style for different occasions. So when I dress for synagogue, I wear something that is a little bit more fancy, a little bit more dressed up, but that's still comfortable enough so that I can play with kids because there are usually a lot of kids at synagogue. But the way that I tailor my fashion for synagogue is that I always cover my shoulders, usually my elbows, but generally my shoulders when I'm at synagogue. I'll always wear a skirt. I'll always wear a skirt that covers my knees, and I'll always cover most of my chest. So I really want to be a lot more on the modest side. So what I'll do a lot of the time is I'll wear a pretty sweater, maybe a turtleneck if it's the winter or the fall, and then a very nice knee-length skirt. And then I'll usually wear a comfortable pair of shoes because you have to walk. You can't use a vehicle that's electric. And so I'll usually be wearing a comfortable pair of flats or boots or something like that. And then in the summertime, I'll usually wear maybe a button down with a pretty A-line skirt. And that'll just be something that's very classic for me, but that is much more on the modest side. And I really enjoy dressing up for synagogue. It's a nice way to express myself within the boundaries of Orthodox modesty. And that's kind of fun. It's finding ways to fit your fashion into the rules. So that's it for now. I have quite a few more questions, so if you guys would like to see a part 3 and a part 4, or maybe I ask this question again on Instagram and see if you guys have anything new you'd like to add, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please subscribe to my channel and blog if you haven't already. Head over to my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and follow me there. Hit that notification bell to get notified of all my new videos. Hit that like button. Please head over to classicallyabby.locals.com if you'd like to support my channel, see more of this content, and be part of our community. And I'll see you guys in my next video.